Hey, Max here. So, Madden's got problems. I don't think I'm revealing anything by saying that at all. You guys aren't surprised by that statement for good measure. Now, the title of this video, provocative, right? How I could turn y'all into EA Simps in 3 months. And I got a plan. Now, obviously, if you're a franchise person, this doesn't really work. But as we've seen with other games, franchise doesn't matter for the online discourse, right? Madden, it matters more than other ones because people like me grew up playing franchise. But MLB The Show, who has a way worse franchise mode than Madden even had before the fixed Madden franchise stuff came out, is absolutely simped for everywhere. You could go anywhere on the internet, just go ahead and say MLB The Show 21 sucks, and you will get berated, right? You will be destroyed by SDS, Sony San Diego Studios, developer, whatever, I screwed it up. Guys that love, fanboys, fangirls of the game, right? Why is that? Why is that? What's the fundamental difference between that game and this game? Gameplay, that gameplay has a lot of flaws. You see people complaining about fluke hits, perfects being out, so on and so forth. We don't have to get into that. It's not perfect at all. They don't have a lot of flashy modes, right? They've got March to October, which is an embarrassment in my opinion. It's just not good. It's not a replacement for the franchise mode. Whereas Madden itself, if you look and compare, you look through this, they have a ton of different games. They just added college football to the game. They've got the Yard, which is like a create your player and play it. They've got Superstar KO, which has team play. MLB The Show, you can't even start an online franchise. Madden's online franchise for years. I know there's been some franchise bugs this year, but again, it's the same thing in MLB The Show. You can play team play. You can't play team play in MLB The Show. So why do people hate Madden, right? Flaws in the gameplay and Ultimate Team. And I tweeted out last night the fundamental problem with the Ultimate Team and the reason we love this game but hate this game for Mutt is rewards. Everything is based around rewards, and EA doesn't get that point. Right now, I don't know how much they care about the online discourse, but the headline to this article, the second best selling game of 2021, MLB The Show. And that doesn't include people like me who got it on Game Pass, right? That doesn't include me, okay? So, what's going on? How am I gonna turn y'all into Simps in 3 months? Here's the plan, all right? Here it is, okay? And they're not necessarily going to lose money because when you sell more copies, more people are buying stuff, more people will enter your Ultimate Team mode, right? Like for right now, it feels like EA would rather make $2,000 from like 20,000 people versus like $500 from 200,000 people, it feels like. It just, I don't know. It's weird to me, but they could do so much better. Let's get into it. What's changed this year? They've literally gotten worse in so many aspects for rewards that it's just, like they put the hard stuff in the game, but they don't nail the simple stuff. I don't know who's messing up the simple stuff, but leveling, right? It shouldn't have been 90 days. That's too long. MLB The Show does about 45 days. 45 days, great, make it. If you need to go 60, okay, fine, right? But they got to get rid of repeating solos for XP. I think it needs to also be easier to get to level 50, right? So you're like, wait, how do you get easier by removing? You got to basically make everything better. Like, and EA's taking steps here. We've seen them add experience points to more head-to-head seasons, more in solo battles, so on and so forth, etc. They need to up that. They need to give us more missions to get done, right? I think Ultimate Champion is awfully done, right? Like, EA as game developers fundamentally fail on delivering a product that you enjoy and grind at the same time. Whereas MLB The Show, they get it. They understand. For their best rewards and their grind, their highest cards, you're playing the game. You're going online. You're playing either Conquest offline or Showdown for some great rewards. Or online for you know, BR rewards, for their programs, for their ranked seasons rewards. Whereas the dumbasses that code Madden or dev Madden, not the coders, the planners, they're like, let's see, how should we give away our best card? Oh, let's make them go into a solo and pass for 80,000 yards or rush for 25,000 yards, rush for a ton of touchdowns. It's the dumbest thing I could possibly imagine. The most boring way of playing the game, which is basically on a second screen while I'm watching Twitch or Netflix, okay? Rip Tim the Tap Man. Weird, right? Weird. It's just so weird. Like, how they haven't figured this out after years, that Mutt Master is fundamentally broken. It's done horribly, okay? Make it, you can go back to the old Mutt Masters. Those were done a lot better. Make it so you have to play the game to get the best cards, okay? All right? Awful. Same thing with draft. There's like, you're like, oh, Emily Show's got BR. That's great. They literally have BR in this game. They literally have it right here. You know the difference between Emily Show and how loved their BR mode is and Madden's? It's the boss rewards. For going 12-0, you get one of the best cards in the game, and it updates every like month and a half. It's just like this game mode is here. And you know what Madden did this year? They cut the rewards to draft, right? Like, it would be so easy. Draft, okay, you win 12 in a row, you get a great card, auctionable. I love it, but you have to win 12 in a row, right? And they also need to redo the elo in this stuff. It's too easy to tank 5-6 games, get your elo really low, and then win a bunch of games. They need to make it so you match up against guys with similar win numbers in the mode. It just blows my mind how these are so simple fixes. You already put in the hard work of coding this into the game, the online matchmaking, and you can't just put a final reward of like a 91 overall, you know, Aaron Donald right there, Adams, Mahomes. Wild to me. Same thing with salary cap, right? They got salary cap. There's no salary cap in MLB The Show. They literally have so many things, squads. They have so many things in this game. Salary cap's hidden under head-to-head seasons that they just don't take advantage of. It blows my mind, okay? I'm also disappointed. You know, MLB The Show's got some awful packs, and Madden's definitely got better packs. If you're into buying packs, if you're into pulling packs with coins that you earn or whatever, Madden's got 100% better packs. But then they show us they don't care. They double the price of all pro fantasy packs year over year, right? Like, they don't understand that we remember these things. How can we not take this as an insult? How can we not take this as basically not seeing us as human beings? As seeing us basically as pocketbooks with eyes, okay? Like, it's insulting, right? I don't feel like MLB The Show insults us that much. They're not perfect, but they don't insult us like this consistently, right? They don't give us the read. And so that kind of stuff matters, right? And maybe EA, you know, they see this and they're like, yeah, I don't care. I don't really care. Say what you will, you're still going to buy it. And true, I mean, I'm a content creator, so I'm a little different because I got to buy that for content. But, like, I tell people, every content person says, don't do this. I don't know, man. Also, card art, right? They call them items because they haven't been able to team with Panini or Fanatics or whoever gets that down the road. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. You have a football card game. Make them football cards. I get it. You pay art. I love some of the work your artist does. But, like, the borders, they got to go. You got to make them into card arts. You got to have flashbacks. You got to have legends with their actual cards from that year. That's just so cool. Just team it up. Just get it done. I think that kind of depth and tie into the history of the game really brings a lot of love to it, right? Because, like, you know, somebody's like, oh, man, my father wasn't really into video games, but he just got into, like, MLB The Show because he had his favorite card of all time as a child. Now he gets to play with him online. Like, it's the same thing. Like, it just ties into the nostalgic, the history of the game. Right? So tie that in a little bit more to the actual NFL, because I can't tell you the number of countless people that I've seen this comment online, both my videos on Gutfox Tree and elsewhere, that like, oh, I got into baseball because that'll be the show. So not only is it good for your product, it's good for the overall NFL, and you can sell them on that. I do want to show you a good product, the sponsor of today's video, Rock Bottom Coins. Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. And then here's another one, right? They don't listen to us. We told them all year last year to get rid of physical chems, get rid of speed, and end your games early. Since for some reason they can't go 100 stats, they got to go 100 stats sometime in the next couple years. They just added it onto these cards, and they made it more expensive and harder to get, unless you get super lucky. Like, people would probably get super lucky and get all 4 of these cards for 800,000 coins, right? If you get lucky, right? Probably cost me over double that. And it's really unfortunate to see. They also don't give us enough for grinding, right? In TA3 and MLB The Show, it literally took me about 4 hours, and I got 32 top-end cards. 32 for like 4 hours of showdown grinding, okay? plus an endgame pitcher in DeGrom. Maybe a couple other, maybe like one other endgame player. Trey Turner's maybe. But anyways, it's crazy. So like when they come out with a new promo, right? They're coming out with Team Diamonds. They're coming out with Campus Heroes. They do Campus Heroes similar to last year where there's 32 of them. You got to give us more. You got to give us more. It's not like these cards are like endgame. We're going to have to replace them like in a few weeks to a month anyways. So if you can give us like, don't even need 32, okay? I would settle, right? And I think a lot of people will be fine. Let's just insert way there. 8 of the 32 just by doing some sort of, grind, some solo, some milestone or something. Give us a milestone. 8, right? Can't even fill half of a roster. Just 8. And I think people will love your thing a lot more. Because I know if you did all 32, you'd hate it. EA would never, right? But we're trying to break that mold. We're trying to break that foundational, like, hey, this is too easy. I don't think you're gonna lose money, right? Giving away 8 for people grinding a game, putting in the hours. You gotta make it fundamentally more rewarding for people that play your game. Because when people see this mountain hill of grind, right? This is what happened to your Battlefront, right? The 40 hours for Vader, they bulked that, right? 40 hours, that's nothing in this game. And when people see this is gonna take you 200 hours for a lot of this stuff, it's too much for a lot of people. So you gotta make it more carrots. Like the UI, it's also very confusing for a lot of people. Like, I'm a veteran. Like, these missions took me a freaking while to get used to anymore. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's laid out very well. But that, I don't have a solution for that. UI, it's not exactly my spot of expertise, but it is what it is. Bots, man. Dude, I'm not on current gen, but people grind leaderboards. And to see the entire leaderboard taken up by bots on current gen squads and stuff, disheartening, right? I don't know if I don't think there's any bots on head-to-head seasons right now. I'd have to check squads. I'd have to check it all. I haven't checked it in a little bit. Head-to-head season leaderboard. I doubt it. Salary cap we can look at too. I think they've been okay on current. Oh, we can't even see their records. But anyways, it's that, right? It's that. Listen to us. Make it more rewarding for us. Like, flesh out your game modes. Like, draft that alone would have like 1 million more people playing it if you had like a few rewards that you can auction off by winning 12 in a row. House rules, those were awesome. Again, like SDS, there's house rules like every single day. There's a new, there's one going on, and they refresh every couple weeks. Like, give us a big reward at 30 wins that we can auction for house rules, please. Again, just a special card. Something you can only get through house rules or buy it off the auction house for people that have completed house rules. And then, like, along the way, maybe a couple packs and coins. And then communication in general, right? A roadmap of content to come. You got the GMM. You're doing a solid job there now. And so, like, give us, please, like last year, a roadmap. Maybe, like, a week or 2 out. You don't even need to go out. Like, last year you did out, like, a month out. Just a week or 2 out. Like, oh, this day, this day, this. Like, flashbacks Wednesday. Or today is heavyweights today. And I think like just those things, just what I said right there, making it more rewarding for grinding when promos come out. Instead of giving us one, and sometimes not even one. Like, was it even possible to get 189 superstar by doing the solos? I don't even think it was. If you put everything together, you should have easily been able to grind more. And that's kind of it. That's my suggestions. I feel like it's that simple. It's just rewards. That's all it is. And I really don't think that will hurt your pockets. I really think having positive word of mouth about your game and turning the online community into Madden Simps versus Madden haters, right? Word of mouth is everything in video games these days. And you got to get ahead of it, or you're already behind it. You got to catch up. Also, yeah, one last thing I just saw on my list. Go training. Get rid of the 50% downgrade. Go to 90. Get 90% of our training back from downgrading like we do with abilities. There you go. Simple. Hopefully. You don't have to code a whole lot more. I feel like those simple changes and the entire conversation turns around. But everybody else, besides for EA people, because they sometimes snipe our loopholes and close them really quick, and that's fundamentally bad press because your audience gets something and then you take it away from them like solo rewards, solo XP that are better than other ones. But anyways, everybody else, please sub. We'll go over 100K this year. Please join us on this journey. Let's get it. Thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.